Welcome back to Ayaz Tech. In this video, I will show you how to create a bottom sheet by using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let's begin. First of all, we will create a new file, index.html, and I will add some basic code to start. First of all, we need to create a main container div. So it is bottom sheet container, and here we will style our bottom sheet. Uh, okay. Position absolute, top 0 pixels, left 0 pixels, and width should be 100%. Also height should be, actually instead of absolute I would prefer to use the position fixed. So no, so this main container would behave like an semi-transparent overlay. So I would add some background color with some opacity. This is how you can add a background color with the opacity. First, you need to provide the color code, then you need to provide the opacity. Now you can see our semi-transparent background color has been added, and it is added over everything. So if something is written behind it, that will be visible. So you can see that this overlay is showing over this content. Next, we need to design the bottom sheet. So position absolute. Uh, Actually, instead of absolute, I would say I don't need to add a position here because I can use flexbox in the parent to adjust this alignment. I would add display flex to the parent and flex direction, align items, flex end, and justify content should be center. So justify content would align it horizontally in center, in middle, and align items would align it vertically to the end of the uh, container. So now I'm going to add some styling to bottom sheet. Background should be pure white. Width should be 300 pixels. Height should be 300 pixels, and let's see how it looks like. You can see that bottom sheet is visible. The width should be a bit more than the height. Okay, so this is the bottom sheet now. So now we need to implement the basic functionality of this bottom sheet. For example, if user clicks on the background on this overlay, then this bottom sheet should be hidden. So by default, I would say the bottom sheet should be hidden, and to hide it I would use transform translate y 100%. So this would be hidden 100%. And when there is an active class over the parent, then it should be visible. Let's try that. Or maybe The active class should be on this row. So if active class is added on this bottom sheet, then transform value should be changed to translate y 0. So I'm going to add the active class from the inspect element for now to show you that it is working. To add a class, I would click on the add attribute, class, active. You can see as soon as I added the active class, the bottom sheet became visible. So it should be visible with the animation. Right now you saw that it appeared with a jerk. It should be animated. To animate it, there is a very nice feature that is transition. And here you can say, I want to transform with the animation 0.4s is in out. So this is the name of the animation, this is the speed of animation, and this is the style uh, where I want to apply this animation. So this I want to transform with this animation. Let's see if that works. I'm going to add the same class once again, class active. You can see that it was added with the animation. If I remove the class, then this would be hidden with the animation. You can see. Okay. Instead of adding this class manually from the inspect element, we have to make changes in our code so that this class is added uh, with the help of the JavaScript. So for that, uh, first of all, like I by default made this bottom sheet hidden, I also need to make this overlay hidden as well by default. The reason is that right now it is always visible over everything. I cannot click on anything. I cannot do anything because I'm locked here. Because this overlay is over everything. I cannot do anything. So it should be hidden by default. To make it hidden, I would add a style display none, and it should be display block once active class is added on it. So bottom sheet container dot active should be display class. All right. Next, instead of hello world, I am going to add a button here. Show bottom sheet. So as soon as the user clicks on this button, a bottom sheet should be appeared. Script function show bottom sheet, and now I'm going to get the bottom sheet container. That container is equal to document dot query selector and containers dot class list dot add active, and next. So next I need to add the active class to the bottom sheet as well. So for that I need to get the bottom sheet as well. So let's add bottom sheet dot class list dot add active. Let's see if that works well. No, it is not working. Let me see what is on here. I added the click event incorrectly. This is now not how you add a click event. You have to type on click. That is the right way. Okay, I did that, but you can see that it is animation is not working. It is showing that is fine, but animation did not work. The reason is that uh, it was display none, and because of display none, animation is not applicable. So first of all, the main container should be visible, and then after it is visible, active class should be added after making sure that its parent or its this element is visible in the DOM. So the issue was that the container was displayed none, and hence bottom sheet was also displayed none because of the container. And when I added the active class on both of the elements, the main condition was not there, that the parent was not visible. So first step is that parent should be visible, and then after some milliseconds, this class should be active added. Then it would be animated properly. So I would that practically here for you. So first we need to add this active class to make the main container visible. And once that is done, we have to wait for very few milliseconds so that it is shown in the DOM. Then we should add this bottom sheet active class. For that, we need to add set timeout and add some millisecond. I would try 1 millisecond to see if that works. I think that with 1 millisecond it should do its job, because with this it would wait for 1 millisecond, and meanwhile it would add this active class first to the parent, and that parent would properly be visible in the DOM. Once element is visible properly in the document, then it would add the active class, and once it is visible in the document, it would understand that it has to transform it with this animation if we add the active class. So that's why the animation would work well. So let's try it. You can see that first parent was visible, and then active class was added to this bottom sheet, and the animation worked like we expected. So you would never feel this delay, because 1 millisecond is too less that you will never realize. But if you add it a long time duration, for example, 2 seconds, then you will feel it. So you will see that the overlay would visible, then active class would be added to the bottom sheet, and as soon as that active class is added, it would be animated to show. Okay, you saw that after 2 seconds, this bottom sheet appeared from the bottom. So I'm going to revert it to back to the 1 millisecond. So this part is done. Bottom sheet is being shown. Next part is we need to hide it as soon as user clicks outside of this bottom sheet. Or if maybe if a user clicks on anything, it should be hidden. So I would start from here on the overlay. I would say if user clicks on click, if user clicks on this overlay or container, then we should hide bottom sheet. So to hide bottom sheet, we add we're going to add a function hide bottom sheet, and this time we should hide the bottom sheet first with the animation. And you know that on the top we said that animation would take 4 milliseconds. That's mean we should wait for the 4 milliseconds before adding the display none property to the parent. So as soon as user removes the active class, the parent gets the display none property on it, because if there is an active class on it, then it will have display flex. And as soon as user removes the active class, it immediately applies the display none property on it. That's why we have to wait for 0.4 milliseconds, 0.4 seconds, so that animation could complete its cycle. Once animation is done, then we should remove this parent active class so that it could display it none. So for that, I'm going to get the same code again from the above function. Now I have the DOM elements. So I would remove the active class first. Bottom sheet dot class list dot remove active. This would remove the active class. Then I would wait for the 4 milliseconds. Uh, four, yeah, 4 milliseconds. No, actually not 4 milliseconds. It is 0.4 seconds or 400 uh, milliseconds. So 0.4 s means 400 milliseconds. So set timeout and add function here. Yes. Add a delay of 0.4 seconds. So we need to add a delay of 400 milliseconds. That is 0.4 seconds. Now I'm going to remove the class from the container. Uh, remove active. So once after removing the active class, it will take 400 milliseconds to complete its animation. Once animation is done, then we will remove the active class from the parent. And once parent active class is removed, it would apply the display none property on it that is defined here. Okay, so let's try. Oh, remove active. So it did not work. Something is wrong. Actually, I added too much gaps. So this is for seconds, not for milliseconds. So we need 400 milliseconds, not 4,000. You can see first animation was completed and then overlay was removed. So that's how you can make a bottom shape. We can make it little bit more stylish by adding some menu items inside the bottom sheet to make it more real world example. For example, we can add uh, links in it, uh, edit, delete, new, cancel. So I'm going to style these links. Color should be gray, and text decoration should be none. Height should be 40 pixels. Display should be block, and border bottom should be 1 pixel solid, and padding left should be 20 pixels. And display flex, instead of display block, I'm using display flex, and align items should be center. This would align it vertically in middle. You can see this visible. I'm going to change the font family as well. Font family area. Okay, it's better. I also need a hover effect on it. Background color. It should be light gray, not that much dark. Okay. Next, I don't think we should add a fixed height to the bottom sheet. The bottom sheet should take the height equal to its content consumption. For example, here I have added the fixed height. I can remove the height totally and see if that works. So now it is taking only space that it needs to take. So I think that is fine. The font size should be a bit smaller for the links. 14 pixels. Okay, you can see this working. So I think that's it I wanted to show you in this video. If this video is helpful for you, or if you like it, then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to see all of the notifications in your future. And also please like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you for watching. See you later.